I grew up in one house. Want y'all to hear that. We owned the house that I grew up in. All my aunts, uncles, everybody owned homes outright. No mortgages. Owned the houses. This is why they were saying after Katrina, this is why most of the houses still haven't been rebuilt after Katrina down in the lower Ninth Ward, because these are homeowners. These properties are outright owned, and they're trying to figure out ways to starve the people out to make them sell instead of helping people rebuild. This is what they do to us. But y'all worship them. Y'all worship them. I'm helping a young lady right now who, her grandmother's sister, right? Her aunt, but that's a grandmother's sister, right? Just died, left the house to her daddy, right? But the mortgage company come in and just swoop in, just disregard everything, quickly sells the house to make a quick profit. And I'm trying to explain to people that this was never about money for that company. See, that neighborhood where that house is at used to be owned by all black people. And as they die, they are gentrifying the neighborhood. This was about making sure that the next owner of that home is not a black person. That's why that mortgage company did that. And these are the people y'all worship. Y'all think everything they do is just about money. Y'all kill me with that, man. Oh man, it's just money. Oh, they just be greedy. It's not about money. They are moving in ways to make changes according to an agenda. This is not about money. Gentrification is not about money. It is not a capitalistic move. Gentrification is about keeping us down, displacing us, destabilizing us. That's what it's about. Because when they gentrify our communities, they gotta take away properties that were owned by black people for generations. They gotta figure out a way to get these people out of these homes, get them to sell, wait till somebody dies, snatch it up, and then put it back on the market and put a mortgage on it again. Because you gotta understand, the way we grew up, we didn't have mortgages on our home, so that's money that wasn't spent. That's money in the pocket of the family. That's why we lived so good coming up in the 70s and 80s and 60s and all this stuff. This is why we were so happy in the 50s and 40s, down to the 30s, you know what I'm saying? You never seen pictures of us all homeless and stuff during the Great Depression. They built the projects for the white people. See, a lot of y'all don't know that. I just heard a dude talking about the projects. He said they should have never built them because they were open air prisons. No, they wasn't. They were housing units for homeless people. You dumbass. All these Negroes make me sick, bro. Because he's looking at the projects as though they are associated solely with black people. But he don't have enough, he's not old enough to know how they did once we started utilizing those programs. How they started immediately changing the laws. Now you got a line say you single, or you got to get divorced, or you can't get legally married. This is what they did us. Because we the last to get hired, right? Jobs are scarce, so we get these these projects. You don't pay a lot of rent, if any rent at all. That was a good come up for the families, and they realized the families were coming up off that because one of my best friends, his family actually moved to our community, right? From the projects. Bought a house from the projects. He was like 8 years old when they moved around there. His family did that. They came from the projects to home ownership. Because the projects was a good come up if you utilized this correctly, right? If you played your cards right, it was a good come up. But they don't want us to come up off these things, man. They don't want us to come up. So they started changing the laws. We started having to go through all kinds of stuff, lying about being married, hiding the husbands. Husband got to hide in the closet. Then they started giving inspections, coming all in your house to see if they got any man's clothing in the house. All kinds of stuff, spying on you. I mean, they was doing all kinds of stuff to make sure that no black man benefited from their housing program. That's what they did. They really didn't want no black people benefiting from it, right? But the housing was already there. And what happened? See, a lot of y'all don't even know the housing program, the projects didn't even last that long. They were built around the 1930s, and almost all of them in every state gone right now, and have been gone for about 10 years. But immediately after we started utilizing those programs, they start tweaking the rules on them, start changing the laws on them. But they gave all these whites that used to be in them projects, they gave them housing. They found ways to get them out of the projects into housing. into single-family homes. Gave them a pathway to purchasing the homes. They don't gentrify white neighborhoods, people. Nah, you ever notice that? They don't gentrify white neighborhoods. But since black people are the indigenous people, we actually owned most of the land at one time here in America. And over the decades, they've been trying to figure out ways to get it from us. Well, not trying, they've been doing it. They've been taking advantage of every opportunity to take it from us. And gentrification is just another one. But going back to the point, if you believe that everything that we do is associated with us, you'll look at it negative. Like that dude looked at the projects negatively, not even understanding that the projects serve the purpose. They should have been built. We need them rebuilt, to be honest. We got too many homeless people right now. We need them rebuilt. The states never got money for nothing, but they can always find money to give to rich people. Always find money to fund the war, to fund Ukraine, to fund Israel. They always got buku billions and trillions for that stuff, but they never got money to help the homeless Americans. This is insanity, bruh.